somebody who's responsible for compliance. So when you introduce something like this, which is going to be new to your employees, I'm sure there will be a lot of questions. Okay, what do I do with this, and how is this going to help me? What do I do with my existing details, existing data and all that stuff? So we will have a general Q&A discussion about that as well. So what I'm going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to change over the audio conferencing system to a lecture mode, where you will only be able to hear my voice, but you will not be able to interact with me. This is to minimize the interference, because we almost have 100 odd attendees.
Can you give the access through system, because we are just contacting with the phone number?
Okay. Actually, the video that you can see is accessible on the system, but I'm afraid audio is not accessible on the system. You will have to connect to the audio conferencing line for the audio. So I'm moving to a lecture mode. Ladies and gentlemen, we can interact once we go to the discussion mode. Please stand by.
You have been placed in the queue to ask a question.
Ask a question.
So the conference is in lecture mode now.
Thank you.
Press star and 1 again and you can proceed now.
Very kind of you.
You have been removed from the queue to ask a question.
Moving on to our next screen, as you can see, the concept of UAN is that a UAN acts as an umbrella. It's an identification for a single member, irrespective of his employments at various establishments. So let's consider a case in example. I have been working at Relativity for the last 7 years, but before that I have worked earlier at 2 different places. So currently I have had 3 different member IDs from 3 different employers. What UAN has set out to do is that it wants to club all these 3 member IDs under one umbrella, so that I can access my information from any of my ex-employers at any point in time. That's the concept. We should also understand the requirement for bringing in a universal account number is, you are all aware that there are a lot of dormant PF accounts. There is close to 22,000 crores of unclaimed amounts lying with the EPFO as on 31st of March 2012. This leads to a revenue loss for the EPFO itself, because one, they will have to pay the interest for 3 years until the account is dormant, classified as dormant. Until such time they'll have to pay the interest for 3 years. Apart from that, there is no administrative fees that the EPFO earns on this 22,000 and odd crores. This also increases to the tune of 300 crores a year, and that's primarily because a lot of employees do not know that they have substantial amount of outstanding PF amounts with their existing employers or the earlier employers. So this is one such requirement. Also, many times the PF and the pension scheme has been a social security scheme in India. It is the only social security scheme, though it is partial. It is not a complete social security scheme like how we have in the Western countries, but in India, EPFO is the only social security initiative. It many times does not reach the needy because of transparency issues. Employers, many times do not pay their PF dues and stuff like that. So members need to be empowered with this information, and UAN is only going to help all the members as well as the employers to be empowered with. Expectation is that UAN would reduce withdrawals on exits at almost, currently we are looking at a 27% exit withdrawal rate, though the individual has joined another company, he does not wish to transfer his proceeds to another company, he wishes to withdraw it. So the very requirement of a social security scheme, when he is going to retire, fails if he continues to withdraw every time he changes employment. There are 27% of members who withdraw instead of transfer, and introduction of UAN may, I believe, set out to reduce this percentage. This is a facility, so it does not require any modification in the EPFO Act. It has been introduced through circular. I'm sure all of you would have received these circulars or would have downloaded these circulars from the website. Lot of times we have also seen, cities like Bombay, major cities like Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Noida, Gurgaon, Delhi, all of them have received repeated communications and reminders from the respective RPFC offices to extend their support and assist in the implementation of UAN. So let's see what we need to do to ensure this UAN happens successfully. There are certain modifications that have also been done in the back end of the PF organization. This modification has been done keeping in mind the long-term usage of EPF UAN. So it is very likely that it is going to continue for the next 50 or 100 years. It is also very likely that they are going to make it more mandatory in all the transactions with the Provident Fund organization. So we see this change in the online transfer claim portal, we see this change in the employer e-seva, we also see this change in the UAN member portal itself. So the cause of UAN is loss of revenue to EPFO, huge unclaimed amounts continue to remain with EPFO, and there are huge number of dormant PF accounts as well. The effect of introducing a UAN is primarily to eliminate redundancy. Second is to view Provident Fund and pension scheme as a real social security benefit at the age of 60-65. To as much as possible try and avoid employees withdraw their PF and improve the service delivery and governance. So it acts as one single passbook for all your PF accounts across different establishments. Having said, spoken about the cause and effect, let's now look at what implementation has to be carried out at the establishments. So employers have been asked to do the following. You can see on your screen there are three most important things that employer have been asked to do. One is enable allotment of the UAN. Second one is dissemination of UAN to respective employees, and the third one is KYC capture, approval and documentation. We will look at it in detail one by one now. So in this I would split it into two phases. Since the UAN has been recently introduced, I would like to split it into two phases: the activities that the employer has to do now and the activities that the employer has to do on an ongoing basis from now on. Right? So whatever we are going to do now is for all the existing members of our organization, and whatever we are going to do from now on will be only for the new members who are going to join our organization. A large practical challenge I would say is if companies have a higher attrition rate, there is going to be a lot more workload in terms of UAN, but I'm sure we will find out ways of how we can resolve it. So you can see the two columns. Let's discuss the first column. One is UAN dissemination to your employees. The second part is seeding of KYC and verification. The third part is to update the member master. Let's look at these one by one. I'm going to show you a process flow chart for UAN dissemination to your employees. So, by this time many of you would have already downloaded or would have already checked what and how the UAN numbers look like There is also a lot of information on the EPFO site along with screenshots about how and the modalities of downloading the UAN numbers. But generally this is the flow. If you log into the UAN employer portal, which is erstwhile the OTCP, that is online transfer claim portal, through which you would have authenticated the transfer claims if you have already implemented them in your organization. So that's the first step. The second step would be to download UAN allotment list from the same portal. The third one would be to do data segregation, and the fourth one would be to pass information to your employees. Let's look at these one by one. Okay, so when we have to download this UAN allotment list, for the sake of consideration, I understand, I assume that many of you or most of you already have your employer logins with the EPFO. It is also mandatory because otherwise you will not be able to upload your ECR or make payments. So from the same login, this is not possible, because this is possible only from an OTCP login. There is a different login for this, not the same eSeva login that you see. So from there you can download the UAN allotment list. Usually this comes in two formats, if you would have already seen. One format is the PDF format and the other one is a text format. When you want to disseminate this information, text format is the most preferred format for large employers, considering that you will require to automate this transaction of disseminating the information. You should also understand, probably you are also aware that from January to June, all the ECRs that we have uploaded, for all of them UAN has already been allotted. It is a 12-digit number. It is a 12-digit numerical number, which is a unique number for every individual with the EPFO. So there is no chance that there would be two individuals with the same UAN number. So let's look at how this text format looks like. So what we have done is we have downloaded this text format from the EPFO site itself. You can see on the screen. So the first column before the first comma, this is how it looks. It has the UAN number, it has the establishment code of those respective employees, then it has the name of the employee, and then it has the father's name of the employee as declared by the employer either in the ECR or in the annexure 2 data. So this is not aggregated by the EPFO department. This is as per the information that we have already declared. So in case there is a error in spelling or the father's name, we will have to correct our ECR or annexure 2 member data. So this is how the text format looks like. So having this kind of a text format and having, let's say I have 100 employees, maybe I can talk to each one of them or send them an email separately. But let's say you have more than 100 employees, then obviously you will have to automate the process. Now we try to automate this process. So we changed the txt format into a comma separated value, and we imported it in an Excel sheet. If you actually see the first column, the second column, third and fourth, this is how it got separated on an Excel sheet. But again, here the challenge would be to map. So when you want to send an email, right, you need an email ID, and the name that is available in these text files would be different from the name that you have in your employee master. So there are challenges when you want to actually disseminate this information in an automatic manner. So that we have highlighted it as challenge number 1. On our discussion mode, we will also speak about what possible solutions we can see. Now to address this challenge, we actually wanted to see if we can segregate the data and we can make it more accommodatable to our system itself. Many of the companies have employee self-service portal. You can probably post this information on those respective employees self-service portal so that they can access it. That's one way of information passing. Or another way is send an automated email to all the employees mentioning their UAN number. That's also one way. Another peculiar way that I came across through one of my known sources is when I saw that they incorporated a new field in the payslip itself, which also spoke about UAN. They did not though remove the current member ID, because the current member ID will continue to be the identifier in your respective establishments. So these are the three most likely ways or methods of communication. When we discuss about these challenges, we will interact more and we will understand what are the other different ways that you have already explored. Having done that, so that's the first step. You will have to inform all your employees about the UAN that has been allotted to them. All these employees who are on your ECR that you have uploaded between January to June will be covered or will be provided UAN number. For the employees who have not been covered from Jan to June, I think they are going to do this activity again the next month. So all those missing information again will come back to us next month. So this is a one-time process. Let's say you have 5,000 employees. You will have to let all your 5,000 employees know that this is your UAN. Let's say you have 100, 500, whatever is your employee strength, you will have to let them know. So that's step one. Having cleared step one, let's assume that all of you would have already done this or would be planning to do it in the next 10 to 15 days, because that's what the expectations of the EPFO are, that we complete this before the end of this month. Coming to the second activity of implementation at establishments is seeding of KYC and verification. Now, what is, we are all aware of this KYC stuff. It is a standard know your customer format issued at banks, at mutual funds, at all security transaction trading companies, everywhere. So I think EPFO has also taken the same stand to understand their customers better, and thereby they want some information from us about our employees, and that is what is called as seeding of KYC. Let's look at on a larger sense, let's look at the process for seeding of KYC. Okay, so this would involve 5 steps, if you can see on the screen. Changed? No? Okay, here. So this would involve 5 different steps. Step 1 is collect information from the employee or your HR records, because most of you would maintain an employee master. You can get this data, most of this data, from the employee master itself. The second step would be data aggregation as per the EPFO format. EPFO has designed a format, a specific format on which this data has to be prepared and uploaded to the EPFO site. So we will have to prepare it in that format. Data aggregation has to be done. The third one would of course be upload on the OTCP portal. So once we prepare this particular file, it has to be uploaded on the online transfer claim portal, which I would also refer as UAN employer portal. The fourth one is, once we upload, there is a process of approval on the OTCP portal. Now here is the catch. Though most of you would have had a digital signature already implemented for your company, but in case you have not implemented usage of digital signature for EPFO activities, I think this is the time for you to do it, because without a digital signature you will not be able to approve the KYC. And the fourth point would be to provide additional information. Of course, I'll talk to you about the last point in detail once we complete the first four. Now, what is the information that is expected from the employee? The information that we will have to aggregate either from our records or from the employee's records. So, point number one is there are 6. So, for this KYC information, the EPFO has given 6 options. You can see on your screen what those 6 options are. One option is PAN number, the second option is Aadhaar number, the third option is a savings bank account number, the fourth option is driving license, fifth is national population registry number, and the last one being passport. Okay, and the primary option being PAN number, bank account information, and Aadhaar. So one of these 3 are the primary options. So EPFO wants us to focus on if we can provide one of these 3, that is PAN, bank information, and Aadhaar. They have been listed in the same order. So, understanding that today in India most of the transactions require a PAN number, and also for tax deduction and tax compliance, even employers mandate a PAN number. I think this information would already be available with all of you. But the challenge would be in a specific type of industry. Let's say you represent a BPO company, or you represent a manufacturing company, or you represent a textile mill company. At these kind of companies, your taxable employees would be lesser, so to those employees you wouldn't have made PAN mandatory. In that case, Aadhaar number or savings bank account information is required to be procured from the individual itself. The people who are already having who belong to IT, ITES, engineering services, semiconductor industries, aerospace, all of you would have PAN numbers of your employees, so there it is far more easier. Now, this is actually the largest challenge, and why would I say so is because this information in many cases has to be received freshly from the employee. Particularly if you do not have their PAN number, it becomes a larger challenge for you to aggregate this information. Now we will also discuss about the modalities of this challenge when we get into the details of challenges. Now, once that you all represent HR, admin, or compliance, I'm sure that you know that there is a specific format in which data has to be uploaded for the ECR, that is electronic challan cum receipt. So for this ECR, you can see that there is one specific format. In a similar specific format, you will have to upload on the OTCP portal. When we are going to close this session, I will share with you what those specific formats are, so that you can it would be easy for you. Even otherwise, it is already available in the general EPFO website. But the biggest challenge that I see here is a size restriction that the EPFO has. So the text file shouldn't exceed 2 MB is what the EPFO says. Now here the challenge would not be for smaller companies, or would not be for companies who have up to 1,500 to 2,000 employees, because up to 1,500 to 2,000 employees, obviously your text files wouldn't exceed 2 MB. But when your records exceed 2,000 employees, then it's going to exceed 2 MB. So in that case, we will have to split into 2 files or 3 files or 4 files, however it is required, and then upload it on the OTCP portal. That's one challenge. Another challenge are errors. So there are some validations that that are going to happen based on the data we upload. Like there is if we have selected PAN number, then the EPFO site is going to check whether it is a structurally valid PAN or not, right? So structurally valid PAN meaning, first is that it should have 10 it should be in the size of 10 alphanumeric digits. Apart from that, the first five should be alphabets, the next 4 should be numericals, and the last one should be alphabet again. So this basic validation is going to be done by the EPFO site, and if it does not satisfy this basic validation, it will throw up an error. We also saw an expiry date error where for one of our existing clients with whom we work for PF compliance, and we implemented the UAN implementation procedure there. EPFO expects the expiry date to be greater than the date at which it is being uploaded. So let's say I'm going to upload today. EPFO is not going to accept a passport which is already expired, or the driving license which is already expired. And the data that is required for passport, driving license also requires expiry date to be mentioned, right? So that's also another error that is going to be expected, particularly when you have those blue collar workers, because for them it would be rather difficult to give this information in a suitable manner. Though we will look at we have close to 100 employers on this call, so we will look at what other employers are also doing to overcome this challenge. So this is how, once you upload the KYC information, this is how it will look before you approve it. If you can see, you have the UAN, you have the member ID, you have the document type, you have the document number, the employee name, and the document expiry date. So these are also uploaded. This information is also something that we have uploaded by ourselves. It is not something that has come up just like that. So once we upload, we will get this PDF format which we can download and verify. Once this has been verified, the same file has to be approved using a digital signature. So it has to be digitally signed and approved on the OTCP portal. Now here comes another information security risk, right? See, primarily, many times, employers, particularly larger employers, 300, 400, 5,000, 10,000 employees, will not have the necessary bandwidth to physically collect these copies and verify them against the information provided by the employee. So we are going to depend on the employee's self-declaration that this is his PAN number, or this is his savings account, or this is his NPR number or passport, but we are not necessarily going to verify it. Now when we are going to digitally sign it, the employer is actually declaring to the EPFO that whatever information has been uploaded on the EPFO site has been verified and is true. So that's one information security and a privacy risk that we see while authenticating. Okay, while authenticating this information. So we will see of how different employers are also dealing with it in the subsequent session. Now, let's say, there are 500 employees and you have uploaded this information for all the 500 employees. But when you go and check your, after you upload on the OTCP portal, when you want to actually approve it on the OTCP portal, it says that these are, you can see here, missing information. If you can see your screens, there is a particular, this one which says update incomplete member details and add missing information. Now for out of 500 employees, let us say 400 employees do not have missing information, but another 100 employees do have some missing information. It's going to be a big challenge to update this missing information, because this cannot be done in an automated manner right now. It can only be done in a manual manner, which means, you know, one of your HR or somebody who's responsible for this has to manually go through every individual's missing information and update it. We saw something like this. So when we took this information for our company, you know, there were a total number of 5 records which had some missing information. So when I say add missing information, it says me this particular this is the particular dialog box, you know. So date of birth, date of joining, though date of exit is non-mandatory, date of birth, date of joining, and father's or husband's name and relationship with the member is mandatory. So imagine if you have, you know, 100, 200 or 1000 such employees whose information is missing in the EPFO directory. And this has to be done manually, so that only adds to a lot more complications in terms of our work to be completed on time. And also the actual challenge is that for whomever there is a missing information flag, for them the KYC wouldn't be uploaded or approved. So what we will have to do is we will have to correct this missing information first and then re-upload the KYC, do the seeding of KYC for them again, which means that we will have to, you know, come back to this cycle of data aggregating for only those 100 or X number of missing information records. We will have to upload them again on the OTCP portal, and then we will have to approve that separately, so that you know, for the missing information it happens. So proactively what I suggest is, even before you go and upload the KYC information, I would rather rephrase you know, this process like the other way. So first let us check whatever information is missing, let us update that information, and then let us upload it on the OTCP portal and then approve it on the OTCP portal. So I think that's a far more you know, possible solution. I would also like to show you one particular data at this point in time. Just give me a second, I'm accessing those files, please. I'm just opening the file, please give me a second. Yes, so if you can see, I am on the employer UAN member portal of the EPFO. So here you have all the necessary documentation for employers as well as for members. I was very inquisitive to show you one particular documentation which has been, you know, presented with the screenshots, of course, by the EPFO authorities. It's quite an extensive document, it's very easy, so I'm not actually taking you through the screenshots because it is already available. We would rather limit our discussion more to the challenges and the problems that we are going to face and the solutions that we can have for that. Yes, so this is the actual screen where you will have to sign the file that has been uploaded by you as KYC information, and lot of employers do have a challenge here. This is the specific screen that I actually wanted to show you. Many times digital signature doesn't work on a particular system, or there is a Java runtime error, and this particular area that you can see here, this is not many times visible. But lately the EPFO has also upgraded its Java version acceptance. So I would estimate that 90% of employers now shouldn't have a problem in digitally signing it. But more important is that if you do not have a digital signature for your authorized signatory for the EPFO services, I think you should get that one quickly. Okay, now coming back to our process. So this is what is known as the seeding of KYC and verification. We saw this. In fact, I was suggesting that we first do this additional information work before we upload on the OTCP portal, so that we don't have to face another round of doing it once again, a duplication of effort and work. Okay, now the third point is about updation of member master. If you actually look into the login that you have for uploading the ECR, there is also a facility which is called as annexure to upload. So here you can give all the details of the member master in the annexure to upload. There is also a rolling script on the EPFO site once you log into the ECR upload portal. So you can see that rolling script to update the annexure to data. Here, whatever information is given on the member master only gets aggregated everywhere else. So it is very, very essential that we have the right spelling, the right information on the member master as well as on the ECR. So in case you see that the names are indifferent, that there is a mistake in the name, or there is a mistake in the father's name or date of birth, if you go and update in the member master, which is actually the annexure 2, it will start reflecting elsewhere as well. Now, having said that, these are the steps that we will have to do today. We will have to do now to ensure that we help and also in our effort to implement UAN in our respective companies. What would be now if you can see the next column, it actually shows about ongoing process that you will have to do. So here the UAN dissemination to the new joinees alone you will have to undertake every month or on a specified interval, which you can decide and you can have it internally documented as a process. The second one is about approval of KYC data and documentation. So instead of doing, see, now we have a bulk KYC upload facility. It is because there are 100, 500 or 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 employees whose KYC information has to be provided to the EPFO. But moving forward, when you will have to provide the KYC information of only the new joinees, then it is far more easier and it can be done per record, that is on the basis of every employee. But in case you have more number of employees who are joining your company, then it has to be you could still continue to use the bulk upload facility to do that. Very important is point number 4, where form 11 has to be received, and this form 11 has a field where he can give his existing UAN, which his previous company would have provided to him, and there is a facility to give this particular information onto the OTCP portal. I will show that to you. Yes, can you actually see the screen that I'm showing it to you on your? Okay, I think yes, that's the screen. you can see the UAN allotment to new numbers. So here there are two options. One is either a previous member ID can be provided, and the other one is a UAN ID can be provided. One of those two. So in case tomorrow the employee who is joining your company already has a UAN number, you can provide that. Or otherwise, you can also provide a previous member ID. Or the third option that is available is a first time employment. So no particular ID is provided. Now a good thing here is, off the record, is that this is a validation and also a background verification kind of stuff, where once you give the previous member ID, it will display in which company he was working earlier, right? So that's always good. Whatever he mentioned on the resume becomes more authentic, because you will know in which company he was working earlier. Though some employers may see this as a privacy risk again, but generally this is another good thing that is going to happen. So this is how a new member has to be brought into your company. But again, the challenge is that this has to be done manually. So let's say you have 100 people joining your company this month, you will have to do this manually for each of the 100 employees. That's the challenge. And the EPFO has also issued instructions that you can also see here. Note number 1 is it is mandatory now that employers collect Form 11 from each of their new joinees, and Form 11 will have this data to be collected from the employee. So we will have to maintain this Form 11 has to be maintained in our system properly, because this requires no physical submission at the EPFO office, but only that the information has to be transferred to the respective sites. Now this also remains unchanged for the exempted establishments, the establishments which are running as trusts. I also see from the attendee list that some of the companies are trusts here. So this also continues to be applicable for those kind of trusts where EPS is managed with the government, is managed by the EPFO, and only the trust satisfies the PF requirements. So the same information has to be done for all the EPS members as well. I'm going to get back to our implementation stuff. Yes, so we saw here of how we can disseminate UAN to the new joinees, approval of KYC, data and documentation. Update member master is the same as in where we spoke about updating the information on Annexure 2. We also spoke about Form 11 to be received in hard copy and archived at the employer end. The necessary information has to be tagged with the previous member's ID to the universal access number, account number. So let us say that particular individual has never had a UAN earlier, then that UAN number will get allotted through your company, through the companies that you represent, and you will have to transfer back that information to the individual employee. The challenge is again, in the size. So as larger the size, I think we will have to find out innovative ways to ensure all this happens in an automated manner and does not happen. There is no manual intervention required for it. Of course, also for accuracy purposes. So, okay, I'm going to start back with the challenges that we spoke in our agenda. So it's time for challenges. So how do we take the challenges, Kamleshwari? That's a challenge for me now. You'll have to help me. So what do we do? What do we ask the participants to do? Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, operator here.
Yes, Dupla.
So I will make an announcement for them to come to the question and answer session.
Okay.
Okay. And I will release one by one, sir. Please be online.
Yes, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad.
Yeah, so you heard her. You will have to press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Okay.
So we have some around 15 questions. First question is from the number 080
Okay.
71409415.
Right.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, please tell me.
See, in one of the digital signatures upload, though you have just said that, EPFO has now upgraded the Java version.
Yeah.
But we still see a challenge because we try to load it every week, our digital signatures, and we continue to get the same error. So, does it work on IE? Does it work on Mozilla, Chrome? Which version does it work better? Because this is an important process for us to, load the UAN information and finally approve it on the OCTP portal.
Okay. 30. See, usually, what happens is it works best on Chrome and IE.
Okay.
That is one point, and the other point is see, many times though the let's say for example we had this real-time scenario where one particular day the version that has been used by EPFO was 4.6, and the next day the Java version got updated automatically on our system to 4.8. So even those times, because of the conflict of the version, there is a difference. But I do acknowledge that this is a problem and has been one from quite a long time. But we have found a way to come over it. What you will have to do is you will have to that there is a help screenshot in the EPFO site. Have you gone through that screenshot? Hello.
Yeah, I got your point.
Yeah, there is a particular PPT that EPFO has come out with for the digital signature problem. Have you gone through that PPT by any chance?
No, I have not gone through that PPT. Probably I was not able to locate it either on the
Okay.
site.
So what? No problem. What we will do is, once this particular session is complete, we are anyway going to have all the information accessible to all of you. We will also include the information that you have requested. My team is making a note of it, so we will have a facility where you can download that PPT for easy access.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's fair.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Operator, can everybody hear the question and answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Next question is from the number 080-4181-2573. Please go ahead.
Yeah, our question is.
Would you please tell us your name, please?
With regard to the July PF upload and payment in the this one portal, that is one. Number two is we have this KYC text file structure.
Right.
Revised KYC text file structure wherein there are 13 fields.
Right.
However, when you presented in the PPT, we saw some error showing up with regard to date of birth, date of joining.
Yes.
All these things are there in the current monthly upload file, but not in the KYC text file.
That is right.
And then my question is, I'm not still clear about the allotment of UAN in case of a new joinee. He's a fresher, supposing he's a fresher.
Okay. So I'll take your question one by one. So may I have your name, please?
Yeah, I am Chandrasekhar. I am from Tesol, Senegal.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar. For all the other attendees, please tell us your name so that we can also make a note of it and we can write you an email separately as well. So, Mr. Chandrasekhar, your first question was about what happens for July and August month ECR, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so currently Jan to June has been accommodated and UANs have been issued. For the new joinees in July and for the month of August, a fresh set of UAN will be issued by the end of this month. So does that answer your first question?
So that means what means is we continue to do the same way what we used to do earlier as far as ECR is concerned.
Yes, you will continue to do the same way. There is no change in the ECR format. The ECR will not contain the UAN. This is for everybody's information. There is no change in the ECR format. Please increase the temperature. It is not necessary for us to replace the employee PF code allotted by the establishment to UAN on the ECR. UAN is only for the employee, not for employer at all. So our ECRs will go unchanged. No, that was one question. The second question was the KYC. Yes. So now we have the date of birth and date of joining, which is already there on ECR. But what you say is it many times does not reflect on the KYC upload information, is what you are telling. Yeah, for that you will have to, when you upload the ECR in the same login, there is a annexure 2 data facility, upload facility. Annexure 2. In your same login of uploading the ECR. So you will also have to update this information on Annexure 2. Download and update. Yeah. You can download the Annexure 2 information. You can fill in the missing data and upload it again. Once you upload, you will have to approve it. Once you approve, 99% all the data matches and there will be no errors henceforth. So that answers your second question, Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Allotment of new.
Yeah, allotment of new UAN. So let us say, let's take a case in example. We have, let's say you have a new joinee who joined you in the month of August. So you are going to upload that information in the month of September's ECR. Right? So before even you upload that information, what you would do is you would collect form 11 from that individual. Yes. So once you collect the form 11 from that individual, you will include his contribution information onto your ECR. Once you include the contribution information on your ECR, the current timeline that the EPFO says is around 5 days from the time the ECR is accepted.
Okay.
So from after 5 days, you can actually, if you see your screen, I'll show you that particular one. Yeah. So on your screen, if you can see that there is one screen which says, confirm previous employment of new members. Right here, based on the form 11 that you have already received, you can provide the data, either the previous member ID or the UAN.
For the first time employment?
For first time employment, you just select first time employment and be done with it.
Oh, okay.
Once you do this, the UAN will be automatically allotted.
Oh, okay. Fine.
That's how it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Operator, next question, please.
Yes, sir. Next question is from the number 044-4224-3110. Please go ahead.
I'm Kannan from Chennai.
Yeah,
I have
Mr.
a couple of questions. One is whether we should actually upload scan copy of the documents.
No, Mr. Kannan, there is no requirement to upload any kind of document, either scanned copy or soft copies or hard copies. Nothing is required to be done right now.
Only number given is sufficient.
Yes, the only information that is required is the number.
Fine. The second, employees whose data is already available, can we make the changes? Example, after marriage you have to change the name or the database was wrongly entered. Whether we can make changes in those cases.
Okay, that change can be made. You can definitely make the change. In fact, there is a circular to this effect, dated 2nd December 2013, correction in the name of previous PF members. Before 2000. Sorry?
Yes, circular is available on the website, EPF website?
Yeah, it is available on the website, but even otherwise that you have asked the question, and for the reference of all our attendees, we will include the circular on the download list also. So what happened, Mr. Kannan, is before 2013, there was no possibility where you can change it or I can change it.
Okay.
Right? We had to make an application physically to the PF office. Only the PF office could undertake this change. But post this circular, they have already brought in this change in the software where employer can authorize this change. Father's name.
Connect to the existing employees with the database with old name or old date of birth.
That is right.
Fine, thank you very much.
Kind of you. Next question.
Next question is from the number 022-2756-3425. Please go ahead. Hi, my question is...
Your name, please?
Hi, my name is Deena Jagesha.
Deena, yeah.
My question is, several times we have received two valid ID proofs from employee, but the details given on it are incorrect. Now, during the seminar, you mentioned that it's not the requirement on part of the employer to verify which document is correct as long as it is submitted by the employee. However, in order to further protect the interests of the employer, how do we keep documentation to ensure that we are not later in a spot when EPFO finds out that the details submitted are incorrect?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Deena. In fact, this is one of the information security risk that we are exposed to as employers. Because until now, you know, let's say we were looking at ECR upload, we were looking at authorizing a transfer claim. All those information was within the control of the employer. But this information is something outside the control of the employer. And you know, authorizing this would only, you know, tomorrow, as you rightly said, would have some repercussions. Yes. So what I will do is I'll take this question during you know, we are now having a question answer hour. After this, in the next few minutes, we will have everybody speak on one particular topic, and this would be one of the topics that we will speak, to understand how other employers are also considering this, and is there any idea that that others have to share with us.
Okay.
So please stand by.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from the number 089-3981-3207. Please go ahead.
Yes, please. Question?
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Tina from Chennai, VVD.
Yes, please.
Actually, my question is, if we receive two type of documents like card and bank, we haven't received any third document, so can we upload two documents? And after that one document, how we can upload it?
Okay. See, I'm sorry, I lost your name.
Hina.
Hima. Okay. So, you don't have to upload any document at all. Okay. No soft copy of the document is required to be uploaded on the EPFO site. I also told Mr. Kannan, who asked this question earlier, only the information has to be uploaded.
Okay. Can we upload two information?
Yeah, you can upload two or more.
More.
Two or
So, minimum, I mean, can I put one information also?
Is one accepted? One
Not
accepted.
accepted. Even two information we have to be approved, right?
One second.
Hello?
One is accepted. Yeah, one is accepted, Hina.
One also accepted. If
Yes.
you don't have this other information, so can we upload either PAN card or Aadhaar card, whatever it is, okay?
Yeah, so there is a condition here. There are primary KYC. Primary KYC is either PAN number or Aadhaar number or bank information. Right? One of these three is mandatory.
Okay, one of the three, okay, there. Thank you.
Yeah, one of these three is mandatory.
I just want one more help.
Yes.
Actually, I don't have EPFO file in Excel. So you told no, we have to download the text file from the portal and we have to convert into the Excel, right?
Yes.
So,
No.
how to convert?
Okay.
The text file, how to see, we have to convert into the Excel.
Oh, very simple, very simple, Hina. Let's say, you go to this EPFO site, right? You go to the UAN services, employer UAN services, right? When you go to employer UAN services, you can log in.
Okay.
When you log in, your, I'll show you. Are you in front of your system?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you see your system actually once you log in, you can, here, you will see these options. There is an option called UAN. Can you see?
Yes.
And then there is an option called KYC. Now what you want to do is you want to download the UAN information, correct?
Yeah.
When you click on UAN, right, you can download the UAN information in two formats. One is either PDF format or the other one is text format.
Okay.
You download it in TXT format.
Which format? Okay.
Text format. After you download, change the extension to CSV.
CSV.
Yeah, change the extension. The file name will be something .txt, correct?
Save as dot CSV, right?
Yeah, save as .csv.
Okay, then
So you can
how
open it in
save
Excel.
Okay.
Sorry?
No, if we can save as a dot CSV, then has it saved into the Excel format?
Yeah, you can open a CSV file using Excel software, Microsoft Excel software.
Okay.
Okay?
And the same file we have to be add the information of the employee, right?
No. This is the UAN information that you are getting, Hina. So based on this information, you have to tell the UAN numbers or disseminate the UAN numbers to your employees. Okay. I think your question is regarding the KYC, right?
My question is regarding that if you are like Excel file, what are the columns I need to be at and how I can
Okay, understood.
the information to the Excel file.
Understood. So once this session is over, we will be sharing with you the bulk text file format.
Okay.
In the Excel format itself, we will share that with you, right? So you can download that and you can add, it will have all the columns as a KYC format requires. So you can just follow those instructions, that is sufficient. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you. Next question is from the number 080-4244-1926. Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Uma Shankar calling from Eskawa, India.
Yeah, Mr. Umasha.
This is regarding, I have a couple of questions. One is that this is applicable for international employee also?
Yes, absolutely it is applicable for international employee as well.
How about bank transfer in that case?
Sorry?
If a clients come, how about bank transfer?
No, see, this particular savings account information, whatever we are going to give in the KYC, correct? That has nothing to do with the withdrawal or the claim.
No, in the present international employee, the normal process is that the employee has to give us his India bank account only.
That is right.
Right?
That is right.
The client time is spent
Oh, like,
in India account.
okay, like that you are asking.
It turns over when it goes back to somewhere abroad, or as example, ours is today basically Japan company.
Okay.
So he goes back to Japan. In that case, how his account's amount will be settled?
How his amount will be settled? Okay. So see.
Because the account which is in the KYC format, what we are given, the company's corporate account we are given.
Right.
After it terms completion, when he goes back to Japan, then how this transfer took place?
Okay. So the question is regarding, let us say, an international worker's PF has to be withdrawn.
Yes.
Right. So the first point to note here is whatever bank information that you will be submitting on the withdrawal form.
Okay.
To that information only the proceeds will be credited. Point number one. Point number two is that until, what we advise to all our clients, international workers, is until they receive the PF money, they shouldn't close their Indian bank account, because PF will not pay to a foreign bank account.
Okay.
So they will have to keep that account active until they receive the PF money.
If it is company signed this social security agreement, in that case,
they can repatriate it back to their country.
Okay. So for that we have to first agreement with the social security with Japan.
Yes,
India.
yes. Japan, we don't have agreement with Japan as of
Right
now.
now it is not there.
Yes.
Suppose it may come.
If it comes, then they can, there will be a social security scheme in Japan, right? So
Yes.
from your Indian PF, whatever money you have, PF and PS, both pension scheme, that will get transferred to the social security scheme of Japan.
Okay. My second question is that we are already doing it this e-seva.
Right.
When e-seva comes, we do need to do on this KYC format.
No. E-seva also you have to do. KYC also you have to do.
Okay.
E-seva is a...
Between KYC and e-seva, most of them.
No, I'll tell you.
So it's uploading for only the challan?
E-seva is for upload of challan, one.
Challan, that's all.
And then challan, and then you can make challan corrections, all that stuff. That is one point. The second point is transfer claim. This one, missing information for employees are there, no? Date of birth is missing, father's name is missing, date of joining is missing. All that you can update using e-seva.
Okay.
And then you can also have the forms data updation, right? You have these form 5 and form 10.
Yes.
That data can be updated.
Okay.
Employer data. So this is only for updation requirement and ECR requirements. You have e-seva. Now this particular UAN member portal, UAN employer portal is a totally different portal, which is called as the OTCP, Online Transfer Claim Portal.
Okay.
It has been integrated with Online Transfer Claim Portal. So in the UAN portal, you can download UAN number, you can allot UAN number. You have to do all that only in the UAN portal. So you will have two different portals now.
The digital signature, only one person can be authorized, or n number of persons can be authorized?
Yeah, see, as per, let's say you have 3 or 4 authorized signatories with the PF office.
Yes.
Right? You can have everybody's digital signature enrolled.
Okay.
Not necessary that there should only be one authorized signature.
Right. Now I already logged in the member portal, so I am in the UNA. The KYC form, the entire individual KYC details. When I click on that, the message I am getting actually.
Okay.
It shows that the application will be available shortly until functionally is ready.
Sorry, Mr. Uma Shankar. So can we take this offline, because I see that there are a lot of other people also waiting for questions.
Right. Thanks for your.
Sure. Next question.
Next question is from 080-2572-9962. Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Sucha from Technofood Software.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's about ex-employees who have, left the organization before 2014, and they have not joined any other organization. And maybe they may go either for a withdrawal or they may join some other organization. So the UAN, if they join in another organization, they get it from the new company?
Yeah, see, have they joined between January to June? Were they working with your company?
No, no, I'm saying about people who have left organization in 2013.
Oh, 2013. Yes, so let's say they have joined another company, right? Then
Yes.
that company would be giving them the UAN.
Okay, suppose they don't join and they go for a withdrawal maybe in, say August or maybe
Later,
November.
right? Later.
So at that point of time, will they require an UAN to withdraw their amount?
No.
Then they
No.
won't be requiring.
No.
Okay. And once this UAN is in place, will Form 13 be required or default the amount gets transferred for the employees who were joined?
Yeah, I had this question yesterday also at a very large IT services company. Unfortunately, the requirement to transfer from one employer to another continues irrespective of UAN.
Okay.
So though they have the UAN, they will have to transfer. Let's say they are working with X company and they join you're Technosoft, right? You are from Technosoft.
Technofold, yeah.
Technofold. So their contributions from their earlier company has to be transferred to your company.
Okay.
But what UAN will do is it will only make it easier. That's all. But the requirement to transfer funds from their from their previous employer to their existing employer continues.
So you will have to apply with the Form 13 irrespective of having a UAN.
Yes, that is right. So now what happens is if once though now transfer forms and all can be applied online, you are aware.
Right.
So it happens within 10-15 days if both the companies are established, unexempted establishments. Only in case of exempted to unexempted establishment, I think it's taking a bit of time. But otherwise, most of these cases are getting sorted in 20 days max, transfer cases.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you. Next question is from the number 022 30808065. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
I'll repeat the number, sir. It's 022 30808065. Please go ahead. So there's no response. Can you move on?
No problem. Yes, please. Next.
Okay. Next question is from the number 08043306355. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Deepu. I am from Bangalore.
Yeah, Mr. Deepu.
I have 3 questions. I believe one has been answered. It was on collecting hard copy of the proof. So I understand that no hard copy of proofs needs to be collected.
Right.
And whatever we have in our database is sufficient to be provided like PAN, Aadhaar or bank account number. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, my second question is I received a mail from the EPFO stating that it is mandatory to collect the bank account details even though you have Aadhaar, NPR or PAN. It says that you are requested to ensure seeding of bank account with UAN is compulsorily done. Is this mandatory, or if we just have the PAN, can we go ahead with that?
Actually, if you look at the KYC, information update, that the format in which the KYC can get uploaded, the text format, right?
Yes.
That if one of the 3 primary KYC document data is provided, it will accept. Okay, so probably there are certain RPFCs or regional offices which are wanting to rationalize collection of data while the KYC work is also happening.
Okay.
So in that case, this may be a special request, but it doesn't seem to be mandatory, without which you cannot upload KYC. That's not the case.
Okay. Let me add to what I had read out. It says that it has been instructed by Central PF Commissioner New Delhi that each UAN number must be seeded with bank account number. So, and yes, this has come from my
your local SRO. From,
yes,
yes, it should have come from your local SRO. Okay, in that case, then though we don't see anything of this sort on the website, or there is no change in the format for the KYC. See, if this is a countrywide, if this is necessary to be followed countrywide, what they would have done is they would have made the savings account number mandatory, irrespective of whether we give or not the rest of the details. So since it is not mandatory, this is what I can tell you. But if that has been suggested by your SRO, I think it's better that we look at what the SRO suggested.
Is it possible that you or your team or Relativity team can find out whether this is unique to SROs or is it mandatory?
Which is your you are from, if I'm right, Bangalore, Harman.
Yes. Yes.
So then your SRO should be Kerpuram. Yeah, we can find out from Kerpuram. No problem. I think there are a lot of other employers on the call. Even our clients are there from Kerpuram itself.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. We can find out and let you know.
Okay, appreciate that. And
Yep.
so right now I just need to provide whatever data I have. For example, I have PAN of the employees. I can provide that for the seeding purpose.
Yes.
Okay. And my other question was expat employees. Is this applicable to them? When I say expat, there are various types that come forth. We may be giving PF, or they might be covered under SSA. So how do we address for expat employees?
See, so there was a similar question
Yes,
earlier
on international work.
on IWs. See, for in the language of Provident Fund or the EPFO, expats do not exist. Only IWs or non-IWs exist.
Okay.
So if that employee is classified as an IW, you give him the PF number for your at your company, and you pay PF amount for his gross salary, then he is an IW and we will have to do KYC for the IW as well.
Okay. So this is dependent on whether we are allotting PF number and paying the PF amount, then he must have UAN.
Absolutely, yes, because see, if you allot the PF number, it will reflect on your ECR.
Yes.
Only if it reflects on your ECR, you can pay the PF money.
Yes.
Only if these both happen, the UAN is allotted.
Okay.
So that's how the cycle is. So if they are a member of the PF, we will have to do KYC.
Okay. But for that, PAN will get allotted or bank account can be used. Okay.
Yeah. So there are three. One is Aadhaar, the second one is PAN, the third one is bank account information. One of these three are mandatory. I am sure an IW may not have an Aadhaar card. That's not possible. So PAN or bank account information should do.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question, please.
Yes. Next question is from the number 022 3032 7065. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Ravi Kumar here from Reliance for Bay.
Yeah.
My question is, I have earlier worked with 3 companies. I want to link those numbers with the UAN. Is it possible?
Yes, you can link it, provided you have UAN from at least one of these 3 companies.
But I got the UAN in the current company.
You have got UAN from the current company. Great. Now,
Yes.
what you can do? Of course, this is a generic question which may be useful for the members of the UAN actually. Sorry, the members of the EPFO. What you will have to do is you will have to there is a employee login.
Yeah, I have registered the employee login already.
Yeah, have you registered it along with your UAN?
Correct, I done already.
Yeah, so
UAN ready, UAN is done. Yes.
actually you can connect your earlier employments You can link your earlier employments through that particular login. There is a facility.
That means I have to go there and I have to update the previous company's PF number.
Yeah, you will have to give the previous company's PF number, and it will also ask you for date of joining and date of birth for verification purpose. Once you do that, what will happen is to your UAN, all those companies' numbers will get attached.
So those who have withdrawn or transferred the funds, is it possible, or if any funds are there, then only it's possible?
Okay, this is something that I am not aware right now.
Okay.
Because if the balance is zero, the account ceases to exist.
Okay.
Right? So going by that logic, I don't think you will be able to attach the link those data.
Okay. One more thing, if some accounts are in dormitory, basically 3 years old, and we can know those kept in dormitory, can I connect those accounts also this UAN now?
Yes.
I can do that.
Yes.
Provided those account numbers are updated by the employer in the EPF office.
Correct. No, I mean they would definitely do that, because otherwise they cannot stick on with the Annexure 2 and Form 5 updation. So they would have definitely done that.
Because actually some companies, they didn't do it also. That's what the problem I heard about it. Because when I left, many employees left 3 years ago, 5 years ago,
Okay.
they updated only the active employees, didn't update the earlier employees.
Okay.
That was the problem.
No problem.
This is the one question. And I have other question.
Probably we can. Yeah.
Take it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question is from the number 042 2220 3300. Please go ahead.
This is Murli from Coimbatore.
Yeah, Mr. Murli.
I have a doubt, regarding Form 11.
Form 11.
Do we need to collect this Form 11 for the even the first time PF enrollment members also?
Form 11 for first time employments, right?
Yes.
Yes. See, Form 11 is mandatorily a document which says which is a declaration provided by the employee that either he has not worked anywhere at all and he doesn't have an existing PF number. That's one part. Another part is if he actually has a PF number, then they have to give the number.
Okay, so even if they have already claimed in their previous employment also, we need to collect Form 11, right?
Yes.
Okay, and do we need to collect Form 2 along with Form 11, or Form 11 itself is sufficient?
No, Form 2 is a nomination form, Mr. Murli.
Okay.
So there is Form 11 does not have any facility to make nominations.
Okay, so Form 2 plus Form 11 is required.
Yes.
Okay.
That is
and regarding the KYC template, we will have a separate discussion, right? So that's what I have understood. So the template.
Yeah, template. So what we are going to do is we will give a template through which you can that's the template to be used for KYC.
Okay.
Once the session is over, we are sending out an email probably by the end of the day with downloads of there have been different questions, so we thought we will give the necessary files for download. In that there is a facility, but in case you want further more information about how to do it and whatnot, you can always write an email to us or call us anytime. No problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm very clear about the MC template.
Okay.
That is not a problem.
Okay.
However, adding Aadhaar or bank information and number, we need to have a separate column, right? So it's better if you could see the template.
Sure.
More ideas. That's
Sure. No problem. That will be there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Thank you. Next question is from the number 093 63250260. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, this is Muthu from Mysore, Tamil Nadu.
Mr.
Muthu, sir.
Muthu. Yeah, Mr. Muthu. Please tell me.
Yes, sir. basically I have two questions to you.
Yeah.
I had received a UAN number for the employee who had withdrawn the PF fund also. Is it necessary to apply the KYC form for the employee?
The employee is not working with you.
Yes, sir. They already left and also they withdraw the PF fund also.
Not necessary to do that.
I don't need to do that, sir.
No.
Okay, sir. Another thing, when the employee log in the UAN portal,
Yeah.
in that portal, that amount, the PF fund which is having the current account, it is showing only the employee and employer contribution.
Okay.
In that, the employee pension fund is not observed there. Is it possible to give the fund, sir?
No, pension fund will not come.
You cannot.
Yeah, you cannot see that at all.
Okay, and another thing, suppose ready is going to withdraw the fund. Is it possible now? After allotting the UAN number?
Please come again on your last question.
Actually, sir, that some of my employees have seen that portal UAN number.
Okay.
From the employee side.
Okay.
They can give only the employee and employer fund only. In that, the DPF pension fund.
Yeah. PF. Yeah. Provident fund contributions only can be seen.
Yes, sir.
Provident fund contributions can be seen, or interest, accumulations can be seen, or you can also see transfer in, transfer outs. Only those can be seen.
Yes. Okay, but my question is, they are asking me that in that UAN ID that the pension fund is not visible.
Right.
So suppose the employee is left from the organization.
Okay.
If they want to withdraw the fund, they can withdraw only this true amount or the pension fund also.
No, they can. They see, with respect to the withdrawal, they have to submit two withdrawal forms. One is 10C. There are two withdrawal forms to be submitted.
Yes, sir.
One is
Form 19 and 10C.
Form 19 and Form 10C.
Yes, sir.
If they submit both, they can withdraw both.
They can withdraw.
Yeah, provided those minimum employment tenure and all is satisfied.
Yes, sir. That I know. The thing is, if employees get the organization, you can withdraw the same UAN. You can maintain the same UAN number for all employment, no, sir?
If the employee has left your company,
Yes, sir.
how will you give him the UAN? Because you will not.
I cannot give you. For example, the employee side, I am asking you.
Okay.
If I am an employee, I have received a UAN number for me, for my account.
Okay.
If suppose I am leaving this organization, I can withdraw my fund.
Okay.
Is it right?
Yes.
After that, can I maintain the same UAN number for my next employer?
Yes.
I have to receive new UAN number.
Yes. Absolutely. You can do that.
Actually, sir, if the person who has registered job after 2 months only, we can receive the amount from the PF.
Understood, Mr. Muthu.
So, in that 2 months, if
I understood your question.
transfer my fund to my next account, I have to give a UAN number to my next employer. Yes, sir?
Not only your UAN number, you will have to give both your UAN number as well as your previous establishment account number as well.
Okay. If I don't want to continue my transfer my PF number, PF account, I don't want to give that number also.
You don't give your previous employment number, you only give your UAN number. That is enough.
Okay. The transfer depends upon the employee's willingness only.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next question is from the number 080-518716. Please go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Aris and I am from ABK Software.
Yeah.
I have a question regarding the withdrawal.
Yes, please.
Does the form 10 and 19 will be changed after UAN number? Shall I continue or you have?
No, so you are asking whether there will be a change in Form 10C and Form 19.
Yes, because there is a UAN number going to be added.
See, currently there is no change in the form, and probably as you rightly said, there will be a change, but may not be in the next 15 days or 1 month or 2 months. For this exercise to get completed, that is to implement UAN across the country, across all employers, it's a humongous exercise. So until such time, I don't think there will be a change in the form.
Okay.
And even if there is a change, the only addition that I see is the UAN number only will be coming. Nothing else is going to come on that.
Fine. And regarding withdrawal, normal withdrawal limit, does the UAN number restrict people from taking withdrawals after their cessation of their employment?
As on date, no.
That's because, example, I get a UAN number and I quit and I want to, I join the company, but I want to withdraw my EF amount.
Okay.
Okay. Will that affect my next employment?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So
See, but actually, off the record, right? As per the EPFO rules, we are not supposed to withdraw.
yeah, correct.
Yeah. So it's a very tactical question.
Declaration saying that you're unemployed
Yes.
and things like that.
That is right.
2 months.
So your question is very tactical, and I am also answering in a similar manner. You got my point, right?
I understand.
Yeah. But so to say that there will be no effect to a transfer or a withdrawal of your UAN.
Right. And the UN number, even if there is a withdrawal, the UN number still continues, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. Right. There was one gentleman before was asking a question regarding allotting all the previous PF numbers to the UN, okay, by logging in as an employee themselves. But will it not happen when we are transferring the fund to the new UN number automatically?
There is no transfer of funds from your current number to a UAN number.
Okay.
UAN number is only a unique identity given to you, I mean to that individual.
Right.
But you cannot transfer or withdraw from based on that UAN number. You will continue to transfer or withdraw through your employers only.
I understand.
Yeah.
So what is the meaning of linking UN to the previous PF number?
Yeah, so if you actually, I started a presentation with mentioning that it is an umbrella.
Okay.
Right, so you have you have worked with 3-4 different companies. You can link all those for one single place. So those are the advantages.
Yeah, I think that you answered my question.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Thank you. Next question is from the number 022-4098-2751. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Amma Sahib.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Chiltern International, Bombay.
Yes, please.
See, we have downloaded all allotment list. We have got the unique numbers for all our employees. We are a small company of 25 employees, so it was easy for us. Now the problem is that there are a lot of spelling mistakes in the name and relation
Okay.
name.
Okay.
So how to go about it? Is there any way to correct it?
Yeah. See, you have this. 1 second. Can this be corrected through the employer portal, eSeva portal? No. Then how to correct it? Give a letter. See, if let's say the employee's name is incorrect,
Yes.
or the spouse or the father's name is incorrect, right? For
1 or 2 cases.
yeah, for 1 or 2 cases, a letter to that effect can be submitted at the your regional PF office wherever you are having the account, and they will be able to do the correction.
No, you were saying something about checking the form 2 which has already been submitted. So
Form 2 is Form 2 is it is about annexure 2.
sorry, annexure.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can do the necessary corrections on the annexure 2 and upload.
Okay.
Right. 99% usually it happens through annexure 2 corrections itself.
I see.
Beyond that, if it does not happen, you will have to approach the PF office.
So first I should try route of annexure 2.
Yeah, annexure 2, which is available in your employer eSeva.
Yeah, that I know.
Yes.
But we'll try with that. We'll wait for 1 or 2 months and then does it happen?
No, you don't require to wait for 1 or 2 months. I think the cycle is updation of every 15 days.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll try that. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you. Next question is from the the number 080-4910-3700. Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Muthu here from Current Software.
Yeah, Mr. Muthu.
Basically, most of my questions have been answered from the previous question.
Right.
A few things which basically I want to ask is one, with regards to the uploading of files.
Yeah.
With regards to the UAN list, there are different options like ascending order of member IDs, descending, and
Okay.
what are the differentiation on that? Like with regards to
Ascending order or descending order is, let's say it is not necessary for everybody to get a running number. See, like for example, in our company we would give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100, 200, 300, right? But a UAN may not necessarily have a running number. So it has just been sorted out from highest to lowest and lowest to highest according to the upload of ECR. In that sense it is. It's like how we use our Excel function to sort, in a similar manner it is.
once we download the text, we convert it to Excel so we can disseminate it to the employee.
Yeah. So instead of downloading a PDF format, the suggestion is to take up the text format to download.
Yes, we do it and we issue the numbers to the employee.
Okay.
After that, again to upload the data, has to be a format which we have to do, right?
Yes. The KYC data you're talking about, right?
Correct.
The KYC data you're talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Has to be in text format only.
Yes, it has to be in text format only. It has to be in a specific text format. Like how you upload your ECR, there are certain special characters after every column. In that similar, in a similar manner, it has to be. What we will do is after, as I told, after this presentation is over, we will share the format in which it has to be uploaded. Probably that may help you.
Another question which were basically repeated in the earlier questions as well is with regards to the uploading of documents, right?
Yeah.
Quite sure that you are told that this is not required. However, the user manual for the employers from the EPFO website says the copies has to be uploaded in a zip file. But I'll get a double clearance on that.
Now, as of now, there is no requirement to upload. As on date, there is no requirement to upload, and even the EPFO, informations shared by the respective sub-registrar offices also confirm that there is no requirement to upload any document right now.
The manual from the EPFO website,
Yeah.
that to be uploaded in a zip file manner and that to be done by the
Yeah, we are aware of it, sir. But right now there is no requirement to upload the zip files or the documents. Only the seeding of KYC has to be done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Operator,
Yes, sir.
could you please have everybody unmute, because there is a general discussion that I want to have.
Okay, sure. One moment, sir.
So I'm just
Your
taking.
conference is no longer in lecture mode.
Hello?
Yeah. So there are two important points that are yet to be discussed. I thought that everybody are there before you leave off. We thought we should discuss this. So all of you represent different companies, corporates. So that there was one question about this information security risk that one of our attendees asked. How different of you have been considering it? If you could throw some light on it, please.
Hello?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm Vijay from Spectrum Consultants.
Yeah.
See, what we do is when they give 2-3 documents with different information, we take a declaration from the employee state to be considered.
Okay. So you take a declaration which to be considered, and you also.
Even PAN also there is a mistake happening. And other also can happen. So the employee will take a decision which is the document he needs to be considered in the payroll. So he will give a declaration. This is what I require to be taken. Either you take a PAN card or a driving license or a other card. He will take a decision. He will give a declaration because he is the only person ultimately can give a proof of whether the date of birth is.
Okay, understood. Understood that. Okay, so that's one way. Is Yamini there on the call? Yamini Priyadarshini?
Yeah, I'm on the call.
Hey Yamini, so I know that your company is very strict on information security. How would you consider this case where the employer is supposed to authenticate the document?
As per the new act, as you are aware, we are also planning to amend our information that we collect from employees and take a declaration that these informations are authentic and we are going to use for the official purposes where we need.
Okay, so that is how you are going to minimize the risk on the employer. You are going to collect a declaration.
Yes.
And you are.
We are not doing it.
Oh, right. So that's one way of doing it. Yes, that's right. And you had one question. Do we need to manually check for all employee missing information, right?
Yeah, I think I got my answer.
Yeah, just download your annexure too. That's all. And you don't have to download that. We'll download it for you.
I have another question. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
I think my colleague Ravindran had registered for questions.
Okay.
I'll my question to him.
No problem.
Say, if an employee who is resigned between March to July,
Okay.
do we get his or her UAN number?
Between March to July.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. 2014, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you will get a UAN number for him or her.
Okay. So, because if the person has not withdrawn the PF and would like to withdraw the PF maybe after 8 or maybe after 1 year because the person is going for higher education.
Right.
This number would be mandatory.
Yes, that is right.
Okay. That was my question.
Okay. Another, so Yamini shared with us how her company is going to consider it. So that there is a declaration that the company is going to get from the employees regarding the submission of documents of official purposes, thereby indemnifying the employer of if it is falsely authentic. So if Deena from Bombay is on the call, I think this is one possible solution that you have.
I have a query.
Yeah.
In case of a self-declaration from an employee,
Okay.
a self-declaration is valid only if it is on a 100 rupees stamp paper.
Right.
Take for example, if you're submitting it for a passport or a government organization or your PAN.
Understood.
They require a declaration on a 100 rupees stamp paper.
Yeah. So
I need to know, does the employer need to use that same rule? Because generally a declaration is taken on a 100 rupees stamp paper and attested by a notary.
okay. See, until now we haven't had such a kind of a situation where the employer has to authenticate the document, right? So this is the first time where this kind of a situation has come up with respect to PF. I think what I can do, Deena, is that let me also discuss among few of my other employer friends, and probably I can connect to you in a day or two with my answers. Yeah.
That would be great.
Sure. Okay. Another. Yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
this is Deepu from Bangalore, Harman.
Yes.
I need to add to this suggestion regarding the declaration.
Yes, please.
If we are collecting declaration from employees who are currently employed with us,
Okay.
due to the large number, while you are checking, sir, with your employer friend, would you also check if we collect on email or soft copy? Will that be okay? Because otherwise, how do we implement for the large numbers? That means we need to collect.
Understood. Yeah. I mean,
So how do we address that?
yeah, in a practical, large employment point of view, it becomes very difficult, and particularly when employees are spread across different cities as well. I will do that as well. I will definitely ask.
Sorry,
Yeah.
there is a disturbance. I could not get the last part.
No, gentlemen, if somebody is using a mobile near your landline, please put it away so that we can have the call closing easily. So, Mr. Deepu, what I was telling is your concern is very true, because in case the employee size is large, or in case the employees are spread across different cities, right? Even then, it would be a challenge for the employer to collect this kind of a self-declaration.
Yes.
So,
Not to mention the cost if we are looking at a 100 rupee note. So
I know.
why should employees bear that cost?
Yep. So I will also have some questions asked on that, and I should come back to both of you. Sure. Okay. So
Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Deepu. I wanted to ask, has there been anybody who has already disseminated this information to your employees? Is there somebody on the call who has done that? Yes?
Yes, this is Veena Jagesha again. Yes,
Okay.
we have already disseminated the information.
Okay. And what is the mode that you have used to disseminate the information?
What we have done is, of course, other than the regular circulars which are generally mandatory as per Factories Act, etc., we have also conducted small camps at all of the local places, and we have given small initiatives wherein if an employee submits the documents within 2 or 3 days, in which case they get like an extra half day off.
Okay.
To be utilized within a month, so on and so forth. Because for us to collect so many documents and to upload it within a short time
Okay.
has become a challenge.
Right. Understood. So, yeah, that was one example. Is there anybody else? I mean, there was one more person who said yes. What has been your mode of dissemination of this information? Is there somebody who's representing 5,000 employee plus size employer who can share your challenges that you faced? Nobody like that? Never mind, that's fine. So, another suggestion that also came up during the call was to, you have these, though offline, it is something which is offline, where we could use some innovative ways to disseminate UAN information, but I don't know how practical it would be for a large group. There is an employer who has put up a kiosk near the canteen, and they have asked their employees to collect UAN number when they finish their lunch and go back. That's one of the ways of how it has been also done.
Hello, this is Deepu again.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes sir. Please tell me.
Regarding the dissemination, I was thinking if it just requires to inform employees regarding the number, and we are not giving any document or letter, then is it not sufficient if we just send a mail merge document to them?
Yeah, that is more than sufficient. That is more than sufficient.
You can start adding it to the payslip and send it, right?
We can add it to the payslip as well.
That will be a supportive mechanism. I was thinking when it comes for me to do it, probably I could send it to them by email, and then in the email mention that this will also be added into your payslip as an additional field.
Yeah, see, through the payslip, through email, as well as I think through your ESS portal also, these three dissemination is possible very much. Okay, so that these were the
I just have a small question.
Yes.
If an employee resigns,
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Please tell us.
so this is Alban here, and this is from Bangalore. So if an employee resigns and he decides to go abroad,
Okay.
and so he withdraws his PF amount,
Okay.
and after 6 years he comes back.
After
Will he have to use the same UN if he is getting employed here again, or will that be a new generation again, generated again? I mean, the new number will be generated again.
see the UAN once it is generated,
Okay.
there is no requirement to change the UAN. But usually, what will happen in your company is you would have given him one number XXX. Okay, let's consider that as 123 today. right? So let's say he goes and he comes back after 5 years. You obviously wouldn't give him the same 1, 2, 3. You would give him probably 3, 2, 1 or something which is a running number at that point in time. So the employer number will be different, but the UAN and all will not change. That will continue to remain the same. Okay, so that's I think it has been quite a interactive session. Thank you very much for your questions. I think there are 2 more questions quickly. Operator, can we take those 2 questions alone?
Yes. Can I mute all the other lines, sir?
Yes, please do that.
Okay. Your conference is now in lecture mode. Only chairpersons will be heard.
So the next question is from 098-3606-7722. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Origin from MB Software. Okay. So I have a few questions. First thing is like whenever any employee is joining in our company, so if he earlier is not included in the if he earlier is included in the PF, but now whenever he is joining our company, is out of the PF, this is exempted from the PF. So in that case, is it mandatory to include the UAN number for him?
Okay, is he coming up on the ECR?
No.
No, then no UAN.
Okay.
Because an important thing for the allotment of UAN is that individual member should be on the ECR.
Okay.
If that member is not on the ECR, no UAN.
Okay.
Yep.
Another thing is like whenever I'm submitting the KYC, so it should be the same order as the UAN list, or the order can be changed.
See, the KYC, as we saw earlier, there are 3 primary documents. One of these 3 are definitely mandatory: PAN, Aadhaar, and bank account information. One of these 3 are mandatory.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. What I'm asking is like I have downloaded a UAN list. Okay, so the names of the employees are in a particular order. So whenever I'm uploading the KYC details, the name should be the same order as
No.
with the event.
No.
Sorry, it can be changed.
It can be different.
It can be different. No?
Yes.
Okay. And another question is also I'm having, like you told that first you have to take the missing information prior to the approval.
Yeah.
Prior to the upload
Yes.
of the KYC.
Prior to upload of KYC.
Prior to upload of the KYC, we need to first take the missing information.
That is right.
Then we need to upload the KYC.
It is better if you do that.
Okay. Another question also I am having. Like I got a news from the newspaper that there are some modifications need to be done on the basic pay. Like the minister notified that any industry that is based on 50% of the gross salary as a basic pay. So is any modification need to be done in the basic salary structure? Like is it mandatory to have at least 50% as a basic pay for the employee?
See, actually, I may not be right now able to comment on that. It largely requires your HR people and the compliance people to discuss. But I'll tell you what information you have heard is absolutely authentic, right? The commissioner has the central commissioner has already instructed the field officers to go and visit companies where there is less than 50% of basic pay proportion to the gross pay. So this has come up, but there is no official notification to the employer telling that your basic should be 50% of gross. Right, so there is no official notification in that sense. But on the contrary, yes, there is instruction for the field officers to go and visit. But I'll tell you, gentlemen, what is that you see. The people who would avoid paying are usually the people on the lower cadre. Yeah, on the blue collar workers or the mill workers or construction workers, people like that. So for their social security, the EPFO is trying to do this. Let's see how successful they are, and to that effect what comes up with us. Okay.
Okay. Another question I have. So we ask.
Yeah, quickly please. We have one more question waiting.
Okay. So, like you told that the resigned employee or the resigned employee is, I have understood this to some extent, but one problem that when I'm downloading the UAN list, I find some employees who have made our organization before.
Okay. Hello. Operator, I think he got
Yes, he got dropped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So next question is from the number 080-4269-2739. Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Satish and I'm from Bangalore. Hello?
Yeah, we are hearing.
I
Yes.
have a small query. See, this form number 11, now it's a mandatory practice that we should collect the form number 11 from all employees.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, is it a mandatory practice for the present employer to initiate the transferring process, basically?
So your question is it mandatory for the current employer to initiate the
transferring process?
Actually, it is not like that. Transfers can happen either with your present employer or with your previous employer. Okay, but it is very easy if your current employer does it.
Okay.
The time taken if your current employer initiates is far less than the time taken if it is initiated from the previous employment.
Okay.
So that but it is not mandatory that that the current employer has to do. Even the transfer forms that are available, they also say recommended that it can be with the current employer. It is not mandatory.
Okay, but the basic idea of bringing this UTN number is to bring all the previous accumulations to one account, right? One particular account.
No, actually that is what everybody thinks, but unfortunately it is not that.
Okay.
If we give the UAN, I mean we are not going to give the UAN, the employer is not going to use the UAN anywhere. It is only the employee who is going to use it. It is only for linking of the accounts, but not to avoid transfers or withdrawals.
Okay. And what if the previous employer is not accessible, due to company closure or so? So how to proceed with that?
Previous employer not accessible due to company closure for what? For transfer or for withdrawal?
For transferring. One employee submitted nomination, for number 11, and we already initiated the process of transferring.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the previous employer is not accessible. So how to proceed? Because
okay. See, actually, if you look at a withdrawal case, there is a clause where if your previous employer does not sign the withdrawal papers, you can have it signed by a notary and submitted to the PF office.
Yeah, that is for PF withdrawal.
Yes. For a transfer, we will have to get it authenticated from the PF office in which that particular employer has been there.
Okay.
The previous.
If it is in a different location?
I think the member will have to go and visit there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the only way.
Okay, okay. And can I know the effective date of this form 11, from when it is mandatory and from period?
Yeah, actually the dates are not clear, but see, the communication came I think in the first week of August.
Okay.
Right, so since then I think we should have it received.
From August month new joinees we should collect this form number.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think all the questions are over. Though we are always available to take up questions at a later point in time, you can send an email, or you can also get in touch with us. So having said all that, I would also like to take a minute of your time to let us know who we are. Though most of you know who we are, so for the others who do not know, we are a payroll, taxation and compliance company. We work with 121 corporates across 1.2 lakh employees spread across India. We provide compliance, payroll and taxation specialized services to all of them, and it has been a great time talking to you, sharing thoughts, answering your questions, and also sharing what we know. I hope the same is with you. Once the session is over, you will get a feedback form. I would request you to fill up the feedback form. It would just take you a minute so that we can improve on the delivery of the webcast. Thank you very much once again, all of you. It has been a great day today, and we wish all of you to a great success in the implementation of UAN and also for the other compliance services. I think that's what I would call it a good day and a good rest of the day for all of you as well. Thank you. Operator, we can close.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference call. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you. Sir, operator here.
Yeah.
I can disconnect all the lines, right, sir?
Please disconnect.
There were 85 of them, sir, on the call.
Totally, is it?
85, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Thank you, sir.
One second. 1 second.
Yes, sir.